Alright, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is I, Randy, with RTS Mobile Gaming. I am bringing you a fantastic video today. We are here on my couch upstairs as the girls are playing, and I am going to be debuting a brand new build for you right now, live on this deal here. I've been testing it all morning, actually, for the past couple hours here. I've got a bunch of group fights that I'll show you some reports for. And in general, this build is super interesting. It is making use of some of the things we got going on between the new drowning heroes, which are super amazing, as well as some other tweaks and changes to optimize yourself for a 5-ship setup. And that is the real focus here, designing a better mousetrap for the 5-ship. GemZ, ladies and gentlemen, they are the sponsor for today's video. They offer fantastic pack discounts. Check the link in my description below to join the GemZ Discord today and investigate yourself to see how great these discounts are. I actually know the owner, okay, Bundlebee. I played Call of Dragons with him about a year ago. We were together for several months. He's a great guy. Check out GemZ down below. Into the flagship, ladies and gentlemen. The flagship has Ahab, Obi, and Magnus. You can substitute Magnus, of course, with Armstrong, also now named Agnes. You can also, if you don't have Obi, put in, Cursed Ed. He's great in this spot. I've also been messing around with Lulu a little bit. She adds a little bit of healing. It's not incredibly high, but if you're looking for something to fill in that first mate slot and you don't have Obi, Cursed Ed or Lulu are good substitutes. We're not going to use Delilah in the first mate slot for the flagship for this build, which I'll talk about in a minute. Then you have Magnus. Magnus is currently using an elixir, okay? This elixir is going to give me more rage regeneration. It's something I'm testing. It's not confirmed if this is best or not. Obviously, you've seen me testing with 2 or 3 elixirs equipped on my different ships in the past. I'm doing that again. And I'll tell you why, because Cordelia is now on a damaged ship. She's no longer on a support ship. This is the 5-ship combo, right? So I have to kind of meld some of these things together to get high effectiveness. So, onto the Orichi. The Orichi is using head-on wallop for the skill. This is the high damage skill. It's going to give you a big damage boost early on in your fights. It's going to trigger a ton of damage instances whenever you drop strategic damage on the enemy. And this is going to help you activate Griffin's ultimate from his 6-star ability even faster. That is this ability here to trigger an ultimate for free after he uses X number of strategic damage instances, okay? So between Griffin and Delilah, they are going to do both of them are going to hit 5 targets with their ultimate. They're both going to, as long as the enemies are healthy, trigger this 5 more times. So just between Griffin and Delilah's ultimates, that's going to be 20 triggers. Griffin also does additional strategic damage on trigger with his ultimate if they are high HP, okay? So he also does strategic damage on basic attack. So essentially, you are going to almost be guaranteed to get a double Griffin ultimate when Griffin and Delilah trigger their ultimates early in the fight. This is going to help you drop 3 big damage ultimates right on their face and activate head-on wallop, giving you a tremendous head start in the fight and powering up Griffin to boot, because as he gets kills, he'll be generating rage through the Demise Proclamation. Molly is Molly. I don't have Letitia Miller on the Randy character. Okay, I have Letitia Miller on my RTS Mobile character, so unfortunately I'm stuck with Molly. She's okay. She's not too terrible. She is going to give some benefits to Griffin. And actually, as the ship triggers so much strategic damage from smacking them in the face, she will be dealing maximum damage from her Ready to Strike ability. This will be maxed out as soon as Griffin and Delilah trigger 1 ultimate each. This is going to be maxed out. This is where the build gets funky. This is where the Franken-Meta happens. We have moved. Now this is weird. I have taken the artillery set in Artillery Heroes off of my artillery ship. I have put on Barnacle, Titus Slade, and Adeline onto the artillery ship. It's a 4-star Titus Slade. He is the new drowning hero that was added 3 days ago. I just posted a video about him the day he was dropped. But having Titus Slade on this ship with his 3-star ability, so you only need him 3 stars to make this build work. I have him at 4 stars, which is great. 3 stars is really what you need to make the build work, and of course, higher is better. But a 60% chance when you drop a basic attack to trigger a taking on water on the enemy target. This is going to help you really focus fire down and headhunt the enemy flagship like I was talking about earlier, okay? It is going to be tremendous. Then you have Barnacle, who is going to be also dealing damage to the enemy on basic attack. He's going to be dealing damage to the enemy after X number of drowning, taking on water damage over time. Ticks, hi pretty girl. Love you. So Barnacle has great synergy with Titus Slade's 3-star ability. And of course, Adeline is a monster, and she generates rage every time her ship inflicts taking on water. The monster. So Titus Slade and Barnacle and Adeline together are going to generate a lot of taking on water debuffs. Especially, yeah, hang on, baby. I'll show you 1 minute. Show you the monster. They're going to generate a ton of taking on water debuffs. Which is going to give Adeline a ton of rage, and using the Reluctant to Fall Behind ability is going to help you generate significantly more basic attacks than normal. Wow, good job, girl. That looks beautiful. Beautiful. The monster. There's no monsters right now. This one's a monster. Ready? Let's see. Okay, you want to look at them? We're going to show her the monsters really quick, and then we're going to continue with the build. Okay, ready? Ready for the monster? Okay, let's find the monster. Look, it's a shark monster.
Yeah, that one.
Okay, you like that one? Okay, his name is Sharky.
All right. I know that one.
Yeah, okay. All right, let me go keep going my video, okay, Princessa?
No.
All right, so after we do the artillery build with Reluctant to Fall Behind, we're triggering a ton of drowning damage instances, taking on water damage instances, okay? Now, this ship is going to generate a disgusting amount of aggro. It's going to generate a ton of aggro, pulling a lot of damage to it. So I recently switched to a Sovereign of the Sea ship part set on this. I was running Blade of Freedom. You could also run Fury of the Storm. But like I said, you are going to be experiencing a ton of aggro on this ship because it's going to be a mega damage dealer. Okay? Onto the Stormbringer. In case you're wondering why I don't have the Drowning build on the Stormbringer, it's because I'm using a Vargur's Fury Stormbringer. I'm relying on Tanaka to reduce the enemy armor through the Fury of the Storm set. Okay, really great there. And because I have Wanda on this ship, my ship is a little bit tankier and it's going to deal a little bit less damage. That means I'm not going to pull as much aggro with the Stormbringer, and the Stormbringer most likely is not going to get focus fired down by the enemies because it has higher HP. It's not going to get focus fired by Kojo or Luna or Margaret. And it's going to be generating less aggro because it has lower damage. But I'm still going to benefit from the lesser Tanaka combo, and I'll have more uptime on Wanda's ability to give bonus attack for her fleet, okay? Because she's on a Vargur's Fury ship. Next, we have Bones, Onimusha, and Cordelia. Now, this combo is incredibly powerful. Onimusha does great single target damage, so does Bones, and combining them on a ship that has Cost of Strength is going to penetrate enemy armor, which is really great. It's not mandatory to have that. Same old trick is also a great skill to have. But Cost of Strength is going to complement Fury of the Storm. I'm going to reduce the armor through Cost of Strength. I'm going to reduce the armor through Fury of the Storm. And, you know, it'll be fantastic. Cordelia on here is going to benefit from Bones' Rage Regeneration. Uh-oh. Please get off of my screen. God. I guess we're fighting something. I should probably come down here. Okay. I'll be useful. So many pop-ups these days. All right. We are shooting. We are shooting. So the Cordelia Bones combo, you already know I love that combo. I made it famous back in Season 1, and I've been using it ever since. I love this. It also is going to help my Warhammer live longer. It has higher HP, and this is why I have an Elixir on Magnus, because I currently put an Attack Spyglass on Cordelia. I am actually leaning more into damage here with a little bit less healing output. It's still going to be very beneficial for her healing, but less beneficial than a max out elixir for sure. So I'm looking at doing about 10% lower healing. However, having Bones and Onimusha together combined with Cordelia is going to be tremendous value, utility, survivability, damage output. Okay, so that means that two of our typically high aggro ships, I should say one of my high aggro ships has Wanda on it, so it's going to be lower aggro with higher health. Another ship has a support hero on it, so that's why my Warhammer won't get focus fired. My Orichi has a chance of being focus fire, but it has lower aggro because Griffin, as you know, through his 4-star ability, lowers the aggro on his ship. So as long as Griffin is 4 stars for you, you will lower your aggro. And that is going to push a lot of the damage to my Goddess. And that is why I switched to Sovereign of the Sea set. I was able to kill people with Blade of Freedom set. I was doing tremendous damage, but I was certainly suffering some losses. So this is something we're evaluating. I may even put a crit trinket on Barnacle and take off the Sovereign set and put on a Guardian of the Storm set, a Sacred Guardian set that focuses more on attack, and I'll get my crit from the trinkets. But for now, I have one crit trinket on with a Spyglass on Barnacle, a crit trinket over here, and Adeline's trinket on the end. Okay. Oh, and the other thing, Adeline's trinket is going to really benefit from all of the taking on water damage that is now being triggered by Titus Slade. He's going to generate a ton of damage for Adeline's trinket, really boosting that as well. So in case you thought there was no synergy left to discuss in this build, here it is. Now here's the question. Do we like this damage better than artillery, right? That's what we need to figure out. I'm still testing that. I am thoroughly enjoying it so far, I have to admit. It has been fantastic. Let's pull up a report from just a few minutes ago where I was attacking a bunch of folks, okay? I was fighting 4 or 5 people at once. Let's take a look at how this played out. And then I'll pull up some reports from last night as well. So this is the damage spread here against 5 enemy opponents, okay? Who are in their low to mid 30s, obviously on level 39, so it's not quite 1-to-1. But if you look, Cutthroat damage is second, and that is just with Bones and Onimusha. They are doing tremendous damage, and they are giving Cordelia tremendous opportunity to generate a lot of rage and be very effective in healing. Here we have the Tanaka-Lester combination with Wanda also doing pretty solid damage. You know this is a shorter fight, so you're not getting to max out Tanaka's Foresight stacks yet. So this isn't a great representation of the Stormbringer damage. But what I find really interesting is how strong the drowning damage is in these reports. This is the 4-star. Look at this. This dude is 4 stars. Look at him. Almost dealing as much damage. I mean, that's pretty good. He's getting up there. He is getting up there in damage in comparison to Adeline. She is still beating him. But that is a great, great, great performance from a 4-star hero. I don't even have his 6-star abilities. I don't have his secondary abilities leveled up. Like, that's it. And keep in mind, Adeline has a damage trinket on, which means her trinket is giving her damage statistics, whereas Titus has a crit trinket on. So, if we took off Adeline's trinket, you might see a more balanced damage output here in this overall performance. And this is, again, massive, massive burst from Griffin and Delilah. They're both giving massive boosts to Molly. Every time Molly does an ultimate, she is getting that huge, huge, huge 36% damage bonus to her ultimate from having 20 stacks of strategic bonus. And she almost outdamaged Griffin here. So, yes, Letitia Miller is amazing, but this combination is really powerful for Molly as well, okay? So that is pretty much the build, folks. And in general, thank you to GemZ for sponsoring this video. If you have enjoyed the video, feel free to like and subscribe. Go into the description below and join the GemZ Discord and investigate their pack discounts yourself. Like and subscribe. Randy out.